This video is brought to you by my noisy neighbors who won't stop yelling, my boredom, and the idiots who are causing riots because someone died. Now, I know this video is going to be very controversial and I already put it on Facebook, so I just wanted to also put it on YouTube. I think that out of all of my friends and family, I'm the most opinionated person and I'm not afraid to tell it how it is. And I just want to first start by reading you guys what I actually posted on Facebook to start the conversation off. Excuse me while I post a very controversial status. Everyone is talking about some guy who was killed in police custody. Because he was African American, a bunch of idiots decided to catch things on fire. These idiots also sent 6 police officers to the hospital, injured 15, set 144 vehicles on fire, and 15 buildings. Meanwhile, there are 4,600 people killed in Nepal, 250 people missing, and millions of dollars in destruction. Y'all are obsessing about the dumbest things. Can't we move past the white people hate black people, hate Mexicans, hate Indians thing? If he was Caucasian, no one would care. I know this is something that has been affecting our country greatly this past year, these past couple months, and the more things that happen, the more upset I seem to get. Riots don't help anything. They don't. You can protest and you can take your stance, but you're destroying people's businesses who spent their hard-earned money. You are rioting because your friend or your family member or someone in your community was hurt by a police officer. If you want to support someone who died, then why are you destroying people's buildings in your community? That's not support. You're destroying their lives and their businesses, and they're going to have to start all over because of you and your stupid actions. I can't understand this, and I can't wrap my mind around it at all. Why people are so hung up on this, a white cop killed a black guy. If it was a black cop and a white guy, no one would care. Or Caucasian, because I hate the word white. Or if it was a Caucasian cop and a white person, no one would care. But because it's a white guy and a black guy was killed, we all have to jump on it and act like it's some crazy thing, like this never happens and like no one else ever dies because of police officers. Yes, there are bad people out there and there are bad officers. There are bad people in general. Not all officers are bad. So why people are so hung up on officers who have black people in custody and who die, maybe not even because of the police officer's fault, I don't get it. And the way that these people are acting, these young people, there are young people out there, it's disgraceful and it's disgusting. And this is why people look down on America. Nepal had a tragedy. Their entire world was turned upside down and thousands of people were killed. And all I see on social media is about these stupid riots. If you want to help and you want to reach out and you want to make a difference in the world, then why don't you reach out to your community and try to do good things and have peaceful protests or raise money for people who are in jail or help African American kids, white kids, Haitian kids, any kind of kid get off of the streets and have a better life. Prevent children from joining gangs and killing people and murdering and raping. It's all preventable. And the fact that this is how they're choosing to act and react and how they think it will make things better is just sad. Where are their parents? Where were their parents when the kids were getting together and talking about rioting? I did see one mother step up and very publicly embarrass her son who was throwing rocks at a police officer, and I commend you. That's great. But where are the other parents? Why are these kids doing these things? And why are people acting this way? We're on a huge planet, and there are bigger things out there than one person who got killed. One person who died, who it might not have been the cop's fault. And instead of thinking about what happened and how to prevent it the next time you injure a bunch of other cops and set hundreds of buildings and cars on fire, that's not how you make a difference and that's not how you make a change in the world. I just can't understand this generation today. The ones that slack off, the ones who don't care about their life, they have no motivation, no determination. They wear their pants below their butts, they have tattoos all over their bodies and piercings, and they think that going against the law is funny and that it's okay and you can get away with it, and you can't. Didn't your parents ever teach you to obey your elders? Your elder is someone who's older than you. And actually, since we're just throwing in all of these different subjects, in the Bible it says to respect authority. To you, authority would be the police. And I understand there are different circumstances, especially New York City, where cops do target Black Americans, and I understand that that's an awful thing. But why riot? What is that proving? And what is that helping? Because it's still going to happen. There are other ways to make a change, and damaging people's lives and taking away their businesses and taking away their income, you've just ruined that person's life. And you're no better than the cops who keep beating and harassing and assaulting African American people in the United States. It blows my mind. And this is something that I really wanted to talk about, because instead of focusing on the big picture of all of these crazy things that are happening in the world and everything that we can do about it, we're just focused on one small thing. I get that to you it might not be small, but the way you're acting and the way you're retaliating is disgusting, and it's embarrassing for this entire country. It is embarrassing to your families, and you're embarrassing yourself. That is not how a young man or young woman should act. And if you want to get anywhere in life, you need to stand up to make a difference, not become cowardice and start destroying things. Think about the people in Nepal. They've lost their homes and their families, and people have died. And it was taken away from them because of a natural disaster. You've taken away people's lives, and you have taken away their businesses because someone died. It doesn't make any sense. There are people out there who actually need help, and you can help them, and you can make a difference. One person can make a difference. I get that you might not see that now, but it's possible. I just feel so sad for the other people around the world who don't have any hope and don't have families to support them, like the people in Nepal. And it's so sad to me that there are so many people wasting their lives away, doing so many stupid things. You're in the United States of America. You have so many wonderful opportunities. If you're in Baltimore, you don't have to worry about some crazy avalanche coming down on your city. You shouldn't have to worry about a tsunami. You should just focus on being a good person, because the things that are happening in other countries are so much bigger than what's happening here. I think that all of us should step back and really look at what we're doing. If I could go to Nepal and help those people, I would, but I can't. So the only thing I can do is make this video and hope that it surfaces and goes around the internet. And I know not a lot of people watch my videos, but I think it's important to make them, to get them out there. I feel sad for the kids who are rioting, but I also feel like they were led down the wrong path. Where were their parents? Who raised them? And why are they like this? I can't understand. And I pray for them. Even though what they're doing is wrong and illegal and a sin, there has to be hope for these people. And if you look around you and you just look at all of the horrible things that are happening, you'll realize that, just like I keep saying, there are bigger things than what you're going through. Destroying people's lives to help support one person in your community is not how you form a good community. That's how you destroy it. And I don't know what you're trying to accomplish, but you're failing. And I think that all of you should take a look at your lives and see what you're doing and change it. And I know that some people will disagree with me, and that there are a lot of African American people who will probably be very against this message. But I think that we need to forget about the Caucasians hating other races thing, and the immigrants not being allowed in our country because they're not Americans. The people who were here first were the Native Americans, which I myself have Native American blood inside of me. They were the first true people on this land. All of us are immigrants. Everyone who's mixed, and everyone, if you're German and Irish and you came to the United States, you're an immigrant. So everyone just needs to get off of their high horse and just accept that this is a country with a lot of diversity and that has a lot to offer. We have so much right in front of us, and we take it for granted every single day. And I'm sick of it. There are so many wonderful things that you can do, and you're just wasting your life away. I don't understand, and I don't want this video to be really long, but that's my opinion, and I feel sad for you. I feel sad for people who murder, and the bomber of the Boston Marathon, of the people who not only took their own lives, but the lives of hundreds of other people in 9/11. For the people who shoot up schools, for that man who shot all of those little kids in Connecticut with his parents' gun. It happened a couple years ago. I feel sad for you. What went wrong in your life? To the rioters, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with your life that you feel like you have the right to destroy other people's lives? You don't. And karma will eventually come around. I just hope that you can learn your lesson before it's too late.